Hello everyone, Dead here, and First Impression series continues. Today we are playing the Stanley Parable. This has been out for a good bit now. It is a... how do we describe it? It is a narrative, interactive experience. From what I know. It has been around a while, so I've definitely heard of some bits of this game. But I've never actually played it. So, let's begin. End is never, the end is never, the end is never loading. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I am not named Stanley. As a human,
Stanley worked
it's not
for
my
a company
name.
in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk,
life, yeah.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although
That's
others
basically
might have
what all
considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every
boils
moment
down
that
to,
the
innit?
orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
He relished it, did he?
Stanley was happy.
Well, he was happy, right?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never
Is that
quite
like
forget.
the same font that like Fallout
He
uses?
had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
That suggests that
Something
other
was
people
very
do
clearly
exist, huh?
wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Can we move? We can move. So, the narrator said we got up out of our desk and we stepped out of our office. Do we do this? When I press E, there's the sound of keyboard. But not when I'm in front of the keyboard? What? Can we cower under our desks in this unknown world that we fear? Oh, when I press mouse buttons. Oh! We close the door instead.
Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
I really couldn't.
What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
I can't
He had
jump.
never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly.
So
The
let's
thing to do
just
now,
hide
Stanley
inside.
thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will
Oh,
break me.
the door's locked.
In here I can be happy forever.
I mean, if it says I'm happy,
will be
am I happy?
Stanley waited. Hours passed.
Oh.
Then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell.
Well, that's not how
But the one
time
thing he
quite
knew
works.
for
I would
sure
be dead
beyond
if
any
I'm not a
doubt
human.
was that
If I am a
waited
human,
long
I mean.
enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will
Let
be
me go out
told
and-
what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer.
You see? It's a
Now
parable
it's even
for a
closer.
life.
Here it comes.
You can't just stay inside. Sometimes you gotta go out and grab the world. Oh! Alright, we just reset. Was that an ending? Thanks, Leia. Thanks. 429, how you doing? No, you're not at your desk.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
The game just
Stanley
ignore
decided to go to
that.
the meeting room.
he?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard
He doesn't
Stanley
even
looked,
have anything.
He couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Who farted? So the game reacts to your actions, the narrative. Or is it telling you what to do? What does this say? Oh, I turned off his computer. Wow, that's an old fucking computer. I know this is built on Source. That isn't even a computer, that's just a cardboard box. Fuck it. I had computers like that. Meeting room. Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm gonna turn off everyone's computer. They're wasting electricity. Awaiting input. Input received. Wait. Oh, fuck. Can't turn that one off. Don't know where the meeting room is. Can't jump. It's annoying me. 4B6? We're getting into some hex numbers over there. That doesn't even look like an office over there. Oh, someone escaped. 417 escaped into the ceilings. Look at that high resolution plant. Ah, oh, someone spilled their shit. Locked. Locked. This room's dark. Sales in disorder, that sign said. Oh,
when
what?
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I? See? Are you the game, or is the narrator the game? Fuck you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Door locks,
and
I can't
Stanley
go back.
knew it perfectly well.
Did I?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Is the narrator my intelligence? Can't turn that one off. Just wasting electricity. That doesn't... Over there. Doesn't look like a place. Just not good, people. The planet... The energy isn't free, you know?
Ah, yes. Truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all. Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
See how the
room.
narrator is now confirming your decision, even if
it all in.
It's contrary to the previous decision the narrator was telling you to take?
Yes.
It is
really,
a good room.
Really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
But my co-worker's real.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This door is the first open door on our left. Well, that don't look right, does it? You know what? He's trying to steer us in a direction. Is it me? The voice?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Well, I mean, that's like a big red inviting button. Come on. Come on. Wait. I need to keep track of these numbers. Okay. So if I took left before, that was probably leading this way. I wonder if those brooms actually connect properly. They did some trickery. Well, outside is, bright.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Where are
Feeling
the
a
people?
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Everyone
hoping
is
he
unique.
might find an answer there.
You most of all. That's not how... What? Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. The meeting room. Cabal planning. Group 1. Okay. I don't know what day today is. I didn't look at a calendar. Mergers. Pre-review of weekly review. God, that shit sounds horrible. Sounds too fucking familiar, and it sounds horrible. Push for funding for RD of new coffee machine. Yeah, that's about right. Papers are too synergized. Fuck, I hate when that happens. The boss appreciation minute? On your boss appreciation minute, where she circled the top 20 things you love the most about the boss. TPS. Straight up TPS report. Yeah. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Mike James, you are fired. The stock market is somewhere, but these are pretty good. Yeah. Business letters and company. To do, synergize core value expenditures, shift global market parade. Huh? No, never fucking. Let's keep going. It's the broom closet. Oh, are there brooms in there? Is a broom in
Stanley
here.
stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No, there's a broom and a bucket and some tools. You lying. See, he's lying
There was
already.
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Why would I go to my
his
boss?
boss's office.
I've already done my boss's appreciation minute. I have to look what's down here, don't I? Curiosity and all that. Killed somebody or something. Fire hose. Gonna lock
But
down?
Stanley just couldn't do it.
He's too
He
scary.
considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe,
my boss would have vanished too.
Maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
how did this car get here?
Stanley felt.
That's what I want to say.
Finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. Oh. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Isn't that a change in tone?
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So,
I was happy
before. He imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Hold up a sec.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How
this
was
narrator
he
god
so lucid?
Does he have the powers to change?
The strangest question of them all
1, 2,
entered
before.
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Some people don't have
voice
voices
was
in their head.
describing itself being considered by
weirdos.
Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
This shit's repeating.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words
Time
was
is
quite
different.
a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Oh, we're back here.
That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently.
Wait.
And he invited himself to wake up.
Oh, I stopped moving.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
I have a lady friend.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I thought I was you.
Everything will be fine.
Telling me the business is lying. Wake the fuck up.
I am okay.
Am I? Hey. Hello. We're back. We're awake. Ah, shit.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley.
Maybe the time isn't
I have
different.
an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Why
I
is the
must
color
be
changing?
real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Nope.
This is the story
there we go.
of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of
Oh
work.
no.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
The pre-review of the review?
Whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Well. Grand. So we're here again. Oof, ow. So, we're going to pause here and end the video. There's only a finite number of endings in this game, and I don't want to spoil all of them or anything like that for you all. That is the Stanley Parable. It is a game in so much that it's a game as worth as much you get out of it, I guess. There's people who get into the discussion of, is this a game and that a game? No, it's just a walking simulator and stuff like that. No, that's all stupid. I like this, and I want to play some more of it. I think that's all that matters. It's a parable. It's a lesson wrapped in a story. Now, the lesson you get doesn't have to be the lesson that's intended, I guess. That's my feeling on what this game is telling you. It's the narrator, you, the player, you, the character, you. The lesson, I guess. I don't know. I'm not a very bright man, so. All I know, though, is I'm not going to spoil more of this game. There's not much of it to spoil. There is supposedly a remake coming out that adds more stuff, but who knows with the way everything is turning out in the world right now. So, I'm just going to pause here. The game is live, and I have a mouse. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.